Every now and again, you stumble into a software platform or plugin that makes you wish you'd spotted it way before. And today, we're going to be looking at one such plugin for Squarespace, and it is the Squarespace Custom Table Block plugin by Square Websites. We've got information here at squarewebsites.org. I've got an affiliate link in the description. Please follow that, and that helps me out as well. But before we go ahead and purchase, I'll give you some explanation in terms of what we can do with it. If I jump across to the live website, we can see the table is looking smart here. We've got our brand colors in place. We've even got our little tick and cross icons, and we've got alternating stripes here to separate each row to make it easier to read. One thing I'm going to be doing in future is adding a little bit of extra custom code so that the ticks will be green and the crosses will be red, just so we can separate them that little bit easier. I also might make the icons that little bit larger within those columns. Not sure whether that will be CSS, it'll probably be JavaScript, and I will almost certainly create a tutorial showing you and giving you the code once we get to that point. But for now, let's have a look at the rest of this. So I wanted a table for my course plans. To achieve this, normally I would use Google Docs. I would create a table in Google Docs, set it all up, copy the content, then import it in as a HTML table into the code editor. It's really fiddly, quite fussy way of doing it, but I've actually created a tutorial showing that workaround. But this plugin, for $45, it's also available with the Squarespace Websites Tool Pro plugin, which you can license on an annual basis. This allows us to create table structures of varying types, including those that import images. All it needs is a couple of lines of code, and then the plugin comes to life. So we put that in the code injection area. I believe this is for Squarespace business plans IS, so this probably won't work on the personal plan, but I'll get back to you on that one. Let's have a look in the admin area and see how it works. So I can either add the code injection to the left-hand side, or, as I've done in this one, I only want it to apply to this page, because I want this table style to be unique. I've added a code block in below. But we can see here that this isn't the new Fluid Engine layout. We can see we've used a Squarespace temp section. And to do that, we go to Add Section. And instead of adding a blank or save section or any of these options on the left, we scroll right to the bottom and we can see the classic editor block here and the add blank next to that. That's the one we need. Once we've added this in, for those of you who have been with Squarespace for a while, this will be recognizable. And what we can do now is click on the plus, and we've got the option to add a table. Because I've already added the HTML code to this page, that's why it's already colored here. And once we've added this table in place, we've got a wide range of options. In one of the next tutorials, I'll show you how we can use a spreadsheet as our data feed for this table. And to put my money where my mouth is, this is the table that feeds our website. But for now, let's have a look at the basic settings. We've got different table styles that we can choose. And let's have a look through every single one of these. And if we go to even or odd rows, the data set's quite small. We've only have 2 rows and 2 columns on this one. But let's say we wanted to make it look quite different. If we go to edit section and we choose the color packs, contains the background color. And should we want to, we could double click on this once more. And now we could set the colors sections for the table. The best way to do this is to use the colors in the Chrome extension, which is completely free. And this allows us to pick colors from pages. So let's pick this lighter color here. So we go with that as our standard table background color. There's something actually I realized that I didn't put this setting right. So I've actually added some custom code in here for things like the table heading. So I don't need to actually add that background color in place because the editor allows me to do it. And the same then with the first child, I've manually added that in, which means that this section automatically gets added in. So I'll come back and I'll fix that table above afterwards. And going back to my color picker, copying that light blue. And if you copy and paste it in and it doesn't have the hash at the start, it won't work properly. So we need to add that in. Also, if we don't want a border around our table, I don't want the border here, to be honest, we can just go to that setting and take it right down to transparent. And we're going to change our body text color to white. That's the hash, and then FFF. So instead of importing a spreadsheet or linking to Google Sheets, we can add another row here. Add some additional data in place. And we can see there's another change here in terms of the first columns disappeared. Now this is because I fed the table through from a spreadsheet and it was adding the numbered rows. So if I just take this option out, we can see the numbers coming back in at the start here. And now our first column will reappear. Okay, so that's how we put a table together using this plugin or Chrome extension, depending on what you use. I'm going to come back with more tutorials breaking this down, including installation steps. So if you're still a little confused about how it all knits together, we will be starting from scratch on a new page, meaning that we're not going to have any interference with the table I'd already created prior to that. And that will be coming up very soon in the next tutorial. Catch you next time. Cheers.